All right. So nobody again sent questions this week. So I don't know why. I'm just going to go through two to three questions that I get asked very often. First of all, welcome. Good morning. My name is SeunBDsCorner. I have this episode where I call Navigating Your Early Careers, the Kingdom Way, where we get to talk about how to infuse our kingdom values, what we read from the Bible, into the works of our hands that we do every day, whether you're employed or you have a business. And I found out, and this came up because I've seen a lot of people struggle, even Christians, tongue-speaking believers as well included, struggle in the early years of their career, because it's almost like there is a mindset that they have, and then when they are now actually in that corporate workspace, there is a different shift that happens to them. Shakes a lot of people to think that, oh, you know what, I can actually do it better, and they go on to be entrepreneurs. Great, kudos if that's your calling. Shapes a lot of people to think that, oh, you know what, work is not for me. Shapes a lot of people as well to think that, you know what, the place is just toxic. I'm perfect. There's a lot of things perfect with me as well. And what we've been doing since November last year, every Wednesday, then it's on to every other Wednesday, is we've been talking about different Bible principles that actually applies to your workplace. And my dream is to see more young believers strive, be successful in the corporate workspace, make Jesus proud, represent Jesus in the right way, and also make sure that the works of their hands are valuable as well. Now, on today's session, this month is my favorite month of the year, one of my favorite months of the year. In fact, the last 5 months of this year, excluding October, are usually my favorite months of the year. We have birthdays, we have anniversaries. I have my birthday, my mom's, my dad's, my big brother. You know, everybody just has like, it's always the last 6 months of the year is always packed full. So for this month's edition, I decided to make it ask me anything this month only. Ask me any questions. And most people have not been asking me questions, but I know that a lot of people always have questions to ask me because I get stopped on the walkway a lot of times saying, oh, can I ask you a question? How? All right. So 2 questions that I always get every time is what we're going to talk about now. So I get one of the questions that I get asked most often is, how do you do it? And I'm always like, how do I do what? And like, how do you do it? How do you do it? Home, work? Because if you know my work, if you understand where I work, if you know my schedule, you would know that my schedule, like once I open my work laptop, the only time that I'll probably be getting up is because I'm about to pee on myself. That is literally the only time I get up. So before I sit down and open my laptop, my coffee is beside me, my bottle of water is beside me, anything that I need is beside me, my phone upside down, all phones on silent, I don't have any reason, and all of that. So once I open my laptop, the only reason, especially when I'm working from home, the only reason that I would have to stand up from where I am stationed is because I'm like, I cannot afford to be on myself. That is how busy my work is, and I try. But when I go to the office itself, because we also have a physical location, I enjoy it. I was having this with a junior colleague yesterday. When I actually go to the office, I actually enjoy it because I have to stand up, and I like, you know, I remember that, I need to walk around and then go and see who is around, go and chit chat, go and gist, then go back to my desk, go to my boss's office, you know, like I get more frequent breaks than when I'm working from home. I drive for like 45 minutes from my home to the office. I drive for another 45 minutes back. I listen to loud music like loud. And it's not because I want people to see me or see my car. No, it's actually because I am almost like just trying to pipe myself up before I get to work, or just trying to pipe myself again before I get home and, you know, start all of that. So working from home, for me, I don't think it's fun. I don't know why people make it out like it's great, like it's easy, it's fun. You actually work more hours. I don't understand. You actually do work more hours. But anyway, so whenever I get asked, how do you do it? I don't know how I do it, and that's the honest truth. I don't know how I do it. Because there's a fellowship that I attend, I try to attend every day or every other day or when I can, called Binge Scriptures. And what we do is we just read a chapter of the Bible and we share and we digest and we eat the word. So I think it's Second Corinthians, of course, in First Corinthians, and where Apostle Paul was writing and sharing about the fact that when you're doing something in line with your purpose and the purpose that God has asked you to do, you actually will not get tired. But if you're in purpose, if you're doing things that you are actually born to do, you would not be tired. I'm grateful to God for the privilege of where I work, because where I work also has to do with impact, and then it has to do with something that I enjoy doing, which is marketing. Marketing is fun. Like, whatever you know about marketing yesterday or about your markets yesterday, it's not the same the next day, because your consumer has changed, their appetite has changed, their need has changed, the economy has changed, currency has changed. So marketing is fun. I enjoy marketing. So I'm grateful to God to be privileged to be in a role that allows me to do marketing, to do branding, and to also impact lives and see it. Because when we see our learners, when we see people that graduate, I hear the story, because again, it is my role. Do you understand? So you see, right? I get to actually hear their story because it's my role. I get to also come up with ideas that make sure that I can actually hear their story and record it and document it properly. So I get tired, yes. I get stressed, yes, physically, but in my mind, I'm not. I forget things, not that, because I juggle thousands of things together. I do a lot. I'm at home. I'm trying to be a sexy wife as much as I can. I'm also a mom. Like, I have 2 toddlers who don't care whether I've been working from 8 a.m. or who don't care whether I've been on my feet as soon as I've dropped them off at school. They don't care. Like, my toddler was already telling me today now that, oh, mommy, when you pick us up early, right? So that we can play on the swings before we start coming home. And I'm like, no, we can't, because you have to go to the dentist. So, they don't care. Like, they just want to play. They want to play with you. They want to come home. They want to jump on you. They want to talk to you. Like, my toddler will say, mommy, I want to tell you something. So, before they just, it's a training. I have to tell them, like, don't just be shouting my name. They have to tell me what to do. Don't just say, like don't, because it jerks me out. I'm always in thoughts. I'm always thinking, my head's always calculating. So, what my boys are used to doing now is, I want to tell you something. So then I pay attention. I pay. So when people say, how do you do it? My work is something that I enjoy doing. So something that it's in line with my purpose. It's in line with what I know that God has put me on this earth to do. Now, I now think that it's now a privilege to be getting paid for what is I'm created to do. I think you see, right? So because of that, again, I go the extra mile. I like to make sure that whatever it is that I'm doing it well, because it is a privilege. A lot of people, yes, they understand their purpose, they understand why they're doing things, but they don't get paid. They have to go and be finding it. They have to work. So God has now placed me in that space as well. So that's one. The second thing as well is, I also understand that motherhood for me is a ministry. I understand that I am looking after 2 generations. 2 generations. I have boys. 2 generations. And one thing that was always clear, I know nowadays people get married because they just want to take nice pictures. They want to wear the latest. And there's nothing wrong in that too. If you're a trust fund baby, spend all your parents' money, I beg. That's why they worked out for it. They want to trend and all of that. I was very clear that that's not really why I wanted to get married. I wanted to get married because, one, I didn't want to be sleeping around. I was very clear. I didn't want to be sleeping with this and that one person. I didn't want to. And I knew that the kind of marriage that I've always known was, if I'm going to get married, that is it. I think you hear, like, that is it. I mean, I like fine boys, right? So it was very clear. So for me, marriage and motherhood is a ministry. I understand that when I start having children, the best of me is what I have to give them, not the rest of me. The best of me is what I have to give them, not the rest of me. The rest of me will be the agitated me, the tired me, the cranky me, oh, I can't make your dinner. Oh, just get out of my front. Can't you see that I'm tired? Oh, don't do that. Would be the rest of me. The best of me would be, that's me. For a lot of people, it works differently. Because I've heard a lot of people say, oh no, my children, I don't care. I do what I have to do. And it works for them, and that is great. But it doesn't work for me. That's not how I want to be. So for me, I understand that it's a ministry. And because of that, so when I'm even at home, I'm also mommy. I'm the best. I mean, most of the time, they're not even home during the week, they're only home for like 2 hours, which is pick up time. Because they go to after school, they have to go to after school. They have to go to after school. After school is very important. All of us have to know where our bandwidths are, right? So they go to after school and all of that. So for me, it's like that 2 hours. I'm going to make sure it's memorable. I'm going to make sure that they enjoy it. So I understand that it's a ministry. So when I'm at home, even though I'm really tired, so if I'm tired, I just go straight to my room and I say it. I use the word. Mommy's tired. So my children even know, oh, leave mom. You see the other one, the 7-year-old one, or the 4-year-old one. Oh, mommy's tired. Let's leave her. So I don't just because I find out that a lot of adults too, we don't name how we feel. We don't name the feelings, the emotions that we're feeling. We hide it under different things, and then all of a sudden we explode. I kind of learned that. I don't know where I learned it from. Probably definitely the Holy Spirit, or that would have taught me to go and listen to something. But my children actually know the words. I'm tired, I'm hungry. Oh, I don't want to talk right now. Can you just give me a minute? Like, can you just give me a second? I just got in now. I'm not like, can't you just have just got in? They can't see it. That's not what they expect. So they will actually understand that. And that way, they're also made to respect, like, okay, check. They do a quick check-in. So that's something that I didn't start doing now. Something that I've always done. And it helps. I'm also blessed with a partner that also has a very busy schedule, who at some point when he had to just uproot himself and move to another state, I didn't even flinch. I just got on with what I needed to get on. So it kind of allows me as well to strike when he can. So when we plan a lot. I do journals, I do organisers and all of that. I don't do them because I want to sell. I mean, most of the time I give half of them away. I actually dash it out because it works for me. So what I always do every week and at the beginning of every month is I ask my other half, are you traveling this month? What are you doing this month? What is happening this month for you that's going to take you away from home for more than 2 days? Just so that I also start rewiring my brain on how that month is going to look like for me, and then how busy I'm going to be. And, because then if he's not available, because he's the one that does school runs, because he's a guy, he has driver, he has all of that. I don't. So he's more flexible than I am, right? So I'm able to plan. Then every week as well, I also sit down and ask, what is your week like? Are you going out? Which of these evenings are you going out? Which of these evenings are you having dinner? So that because I do a food timetable, so that I know the days when he's going out to have dinner, I sort of make sure that the food that he doesn't eat, the children eat it. So I kind of, not that I'm very organized, so it's a lie. If you go inside my room, now my room is upside down because I still not clear the laundry to put in my cupboard. So it's not like I'm perfect, but